Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where last episode we filled out our vehicle lance, and that is absolutely fantastic. We need to tick forward a few days and get some repairs finished up here. Clist and Brick are also currently injured. Do we want to wait for them? We probably do need to, I think. Yeah, we don't really have any substitutes at this moment. So let's tick forward and get those two back. It's only going to be a couple of extra days. We also finished up our engineering upgrade. We might even want to get ourselves another drop tonnage upgrade because we did just increase by 160 tons, right? So let's get that going. I don't know what our limit currently is, but I don't want to find out. That's the takeaway there. So Brick is now back, and let's hop into the barracks. And let's do whatever promotions we've got available. So point of guts for coach sounds good. Anybody else? I mean, Jammer might have a couple. No, actually, he does not. So that's fine. What else do we have here?
Yes, Commander.
Nothing. Okay, so that sounds absolutely fine. Let's hop into the command center, and we are interested in making some money for sure. What I really want to do is feel out how this works with our new vehicles. So these are all pretty low compensation. We've got this one here. That's a blackout. I'm currently leaning towards, like, this guy. It's an urban battle. It's got those generous salvage terms. Right. That's a blackout. I don't want to do a limited drop right now. I want to see how this feels with full lance. There is this battle here. Only time to load 6 units? Never mind. Okay, I think we're going to be running this urban battle here. Okay. I mean, urban environment is not necessarily a bad thing for our Devastator and Demolisher, so that's not terrible. We can sit at like 315 here. The Free Worlds League is not going to be happy about this, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so we've got our Demolisher and our Devastator here, right? And we don't have any battle armor just yet, but we'll have our jerry-rigged Demolisher here. Who do we want to put it? Total lance tonnage must be less than 720 tons. Okay. So this is going to be 820 tons, as it is right now. So we need another 100 tons. How long is it going to be until this gets finished up? Well, 9 days on that. Let's go ahead and tick forward. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. And let's get another one going here. So that'll be 50 tons. This is going to take us up to another 50 tons. Okay, so this will put us at 820 tons, which means we're going to be at our cap for our drop. Now, if we tick forward, we're going to take this financial report, and I think that's okay. We've got a decent nest egg here. So let's do that. Oh, I went to normal here instead of extravagant. I guess that's okay for this month, but not necessarily ideal. Okay, so we're going to tick forward an additional 10 days and boost up the strengthened structural frame. Sure. We'll play casually here. Morale increased by 5. So that's all absolutely good. And we need to tick forward another 8 days here. So we're down to 6 million C-bills. That's not necessarily ideal, but we did need to boost that up. We did end up hitting our limit there. So let's hop into the command center and see if that is still there, the urban battle there. Looks like we're reconnecting to Comstar, so it might not be. Yeah, this looks basically fresh. Okay, there's a blackout mission here. We've got a Lowlands battle here. Planetary government. Okay, I kind of want to run this. We could run it about here. That sounds good for now. And we can hop in our Demolisher and our Devastator. Yep, we can now deploy that. So we're at 820 tons. We are at capacity as far as tonnage goes. I don't know if we can increase that further. We can drop GV into one of these. I'm going to put him into the jerry-rigged Demolisher. I'm going to put Jammer into the Devastator. Currently, that will be worse, to be clear. But we're going to put him in there, and he will eventually develop into a better pilot than GV. Okay, so we're going to deploy that. Yeah, these have reduced performance, and this should be absolutely fine. I see why Darius didn't give us a warning about it. It'll be interesting to see if we can increase that drop tonnage anymore, but we may just have to not have any battle armor. I mean, that's not a huge amount there, but we'll see. I'll see you guys after the loading screen. So here we are all loaded up, and that wasn't too bad as far as the loading time goes, so we're kind of not expecting too much then. This should be a pretty much milk run. We'll see how it goes. The enemy dropship landed up here. Oh, okay. That looks pretty simple. No doubt about that. Fog-covered sunset, but sensors should be fine. Okay, so we can deploy somewhere up here, like in this cover, and just approach them this way. That should be absolutely okay. And the question is, are there going to be any additional enemy units? Well, there definitely might be. So we do immediately see this Apollo, a Drillson, we see a, what is that? A PO MBT, and a heavy hover APC. Okay, we of course have spawn protection right now, and I'm going to leave our Bandersnatch out in this cover. That seems fine, and we're just going to move forward here. We should be able to wipe these guys off the map extraordinarily quickly here. The hover APC backed off over here, breaking LOS. That is definitely noted. And our crossbow is going to move up over here. There we go. Next up is that Drillson moving up. Sounds good. This is our rifleman keeping out to the cover over here for our fire support. And then we've got our MRM crossbow. I'm going to take the MRM crossbow and we're going to move in on this flank, keeping this firing corridor open, is the idea here. So we're going to do largely the same thing with the Epimetheus, making our way down to the road. And just making our way down the road as quickly as possible. What's that PO MBT got on it? Oh, that's not all that scary. Just an AC-10? The Drillson is probably more scary. So that is definitely noted. Our Marauder is going to make its way down over here, keeping that firing corridor relatively clear. And the Black Knight is going to do the same. Then what I'm going to do is, well, the Grasshopper actually comes down here too. Yeah, that'll work for now. These guys will spread out a bit next round. The Jerry-Rig Demolisher could come down this way, or we could send it out this direction. I think making our way to the road with these vehicles is actually a really good plan here. So the LRM carrier is, of course, going to remain out in this cover. I think 3 evasive plus being in cover, plus having an LOS over here is the way to go. And then the Devastator, that's going to close in as much as it can, which is actually quite fast. The Devastator is a really solid vehicle. And, of course, we've got our Nidhogg here, too. We have kind of absurd power levels for this at this moment. I'm feeling really good about this. Spawn protection has been removed, and they will move first, moving their Apollo. Let's see what it decides to do. We do have the heavy hover APC up here on this hill. I don't know that that's actually broken LOS here. Actually, I think it probably is. But we can most likely move, like, the Devastator up over here and fire on it from the road there. I think that's going to be the plan unless it moves somewhere awkward here. We'll see what it does. So the Apollo is moving over and firing on what? The Black Knight. Okay, it got a head hit, but broadly, the Black Knight's fine. So that's okay. It was a decent amount of damage, to be sure. The Bandersnatch can step forward here. I'm wondering what the evasive is on these. 7 and 7 compared to 5 on the Apollo. Okay, we'll position here, and we'll fire on the Apollo. That sounds good. I think we'll not fire these lasers due to stray shot potential, as well as heat buildup. But broadly, let's soften up this Apollo just a little bit. Okay, so next up is going to be this heavy hover APC. What's it going to do? Head this way? Head further back? Okay, it shoots at our Devastator there. That's not very concerning, though. Okay, so our Crossbow X. We have a couple of options here. And I'm leaning towards the Drillson. The Drillson is probably the most dangerous vehicle here. We can kick it rear arc and have good hit odds here. Odds are pretty decent that we take down the Drillson with this attack, I think. Do it. 72.5% chance of the kick hitting. Fantastic. So the kick hits. That does not make it unsteady, of course. It's a vehicle. But let's see what we've got going on there. Structure exposure, and it's gone. Fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So next up is going to be our Epimetheus. The Epimetheus can position about here. I want it to go after the Apollo. 50% hit odds here. That's reasonably fine. Yeah, we've just got the Deadfire SRMs. Sure. We missed the autocannon, sadly. But we continue to soften up that Apollo. Okay, next up is going to be their MBT here. And let's see what that decides to do. I think I'm going to send our Devastator up after the heavy hover APC, and everybody else is going to focus on this Apollo. The Apollo's not going to last long, right? Okay, they fire on the Epimetheus. They didn't move the MBT there. And they got some stray shot on the Devastator.
What's up, Bob?
So the crossbow can position somewhere around here. We've got clean line of sight to all of these. We could absolutely fire on the Poe there. 220 frontal armor. Rear arc is the ideal place to get that. Okay. Well, let's just fire on the Apollo here. More armor softening there. We've not managed to make it unsteady yet, but we have definitely softened up that armor a lot. So next up would be our Marauder. The Marauder can move in and rear arc attack this guy. Alternatively, we could front arc attack it, and that might actually be a better position for us. We'll be in cover here. We'll not have our rear arc exposed to these vehicles. And his front arc is already pretty damaged. Let's give it a go. If we hit the melee, we could do a lot of damage here. But if we miss it, we'll see. Probably a lot less. We missed the melee attack. Okay. So this will probably do a lot less damage then. We did manage to tag him at least. So sure, that'll be fine. Our rifleman can advance forward. We could fire on the Poe. That's probably the best hit odds here. Yes. We'll start softening him up.
Got it.
Missing one of those ERPPCs, but everything else hitting. Cool. And next up would be our jerry-rig demolisher. I'm going to position that up over here, and I think we're probably going to fire on the Poe. Do we fire the eye rockets here? I think we do. Yeah. Let's fire the eye rockets and get this thing eliminated. We could also crank up the MGs. There we go.
Yeah, you like this.
So, of course, the target cooling isn't a concern on an MBT, right? I did that for the damage, and that clustered pretty heavily into that left side. So that's absolutely noted. Can we get into left side here? The answer is no. I'm going to sprint forward maximally. We could fire on that Apollo, but I'm just going to fire on the Poe. We might destroy it here. We'll see. Yep, there we go. So the Poe is gone. Fantastic.
Are there none who can stand before me?
And next up would be our Black Knight. I would like for the Black Knight to move in and attack this Apollo. I don't think... Actually, a melee is a valid option here. Do it.
Acknowledged.
I thought that would have to be a charge, but no, we can kick this. And that's a really solid kick there. This Apollo is in serious danger. So that's a lower leg destruction, and the Apollo loses its primary defense, which is its evasion. So that is absolutely great. Our Nidhogg can come in up over, say, this direction. You know what? I'm leaning towards using our Nidhogg on this heavy hover APC. We can avoid dropping the Daisy Cutter bomb here, I think, and fire something like this. This may or may not destroy the heavy hover APC, but at the very least it should do some decent damage. We missed the snub nose. Oh, we missed the weapons bay as well. Okay, that's going to do almost nothing. We rolled awkwardly there, but, I mean, it was only like 50% hit odds. So the LRM carrier can absolutely position somewhere like here, firing on that heavy hover APC, or we can fire on the Apollo indirect, and the Apollo indirect is actually way better. Let's fire with standard rockets, and this could easily destroy the Apollo.
Here we go.
Prototype heatsink explosion there. Interesting. So the Apollo's going to get knocked down, and it's wildly overheated, and it shut down, and the pilot was incapacitated from the fall down. Okay, I guess we'll take that. Sure. So the Devastator is going to make its way up over this direction. This is clear LOS on that heavy hover APC, but we don't have great hit odds here. Let's see what it's like. It's definitely not ideal. Target move +6. Let's pot shot this. I don't expect a lot out. Yeah. Okay, so the heavy hover APC is going to get to move fairly soon here. In fact, instantly. Okay, so every one of our units is going to get to move in reaction to what this heavy hover APC does. It's not going to do well. It just didn't move, unless it has Ace Pilot. It did manage to get a head hit out of that, but whatever. That's reasonably fine. And yeah, it didn't move. So the crossbow is going to position right here, and the heavy hover APC probably dies to the crossbow, to be honest. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, fantastic. So that was a good cleanup, and are there any more? No, that's it. Fantastic. So in terms of salvage, what are we interested in? Prototype double heat sinks? I mean, they have that explosion chance that we just saw. It's not ideal. I'm not sure what we'd be interested in for salvage. We'll see what's in the list. Honestly, they didn't have all that much good. So, who knows? We get 900,000 C-bills out of that. That was clearly very profitable. We do take a couple of head hits, which is going to be mildly painful for us. We could get that Apollo. Yeah, I don't think we want it. A dual machine gun? I mean... sure? It's not terrible. We don't have an Engine Core 240. Safe AC-10 ammo? Slug SRM ammo. Deals a lot of stability damage. Interesting. Very interesting. Deadfire SRM ammo is, in my opinion, just generally better, but whatever. So we'll just see what we get out of that. And we got an AC-10 dual machine gun. Yeah, we did get a prototype double heatsink, but we're probably never going to actually utilize that. And then we got some SRM ammo. We do have 4 tons of that already, but sure, we'll keep that around. So yeah, that wasn't too bad, all things considered. We cleaned that up very, very swiftly, as expected. I kind of expected a second lance, I'll be honest. That was very swift. No doubt about it. No second lance there makes things a little bit more awkward for us time-wise. But of course, we're delighted that we just walk away with 900,000 C-bills. I mean, we'll have a couple of repair costs, but it's not going to be bad. So that should be absolutely great. Our vehicles are, I think, performing quite well at this moment. The main concern that I have right now is we're, like, at our drop tonnage maximum. So there's that. That is definitely a problem if we wanted to toss in battle armor or upgrade any of our existing mechs. That said, we are pretty much entirely in heavies. We have the one assault mech, but we're pretty much entirely in heavies. The only light vehicle that we have, it's really a medium vehicle, is the Nidhogg, and that's fine. Like, that's always going to be a threat. So I think that's okay. We'll get these repairs completed here. Okay, the Steiners are happy with us, as we would expect. Okay, so there's all of the work orders done. We need to tick forward 5 more days to get Plato and Capo back, so we'll do exactly that. Sure. Brick is in low spirits and is unavailable for 30 days because he's a paid informant. Okay. Well, we'll just continue here. That is very, very sad that Brick is unavailable for 30 days. We're going to need a backup mech warrior anyway, right? Let's hire somebody from the hiring hall. All of these are mech only. Okay. I guess I'm going to hire Savarok here.
What's up, boss?
New mech warriors available.
Sure. We'll hire Savarok, and Savarok will be a backup mech warrior. We're not going to wait on Brick. I am going to go ahead and put a cut in here. I think it's a little bit early. That mission was very quick, but it should be absolutely fine. Some missions go pretty over, so it should be okay. And also, apparently you may be able to hear it. Someone is drilling very loudly. So, I'm going to put a cut in here and will not have to listen to that, hopefully. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.